Good morning, King's Cathedral.
Good morning, and Happy New Year.
Happy New
to
Year.
you all.
Yes.
Welcome to the King's Cathedral pre-service topic of today. Share today's message with everyone, with your friends and your families. Today we're going to have a topic that's relevant. We believe that today's topic will be able to answer some questions that some of you may have. Again, share today's message with your friends, with your families, before we go ahead and get started on today's topic.
Yeah, so good.
It is. Today's topic is about the economic income payment, the stimulus package that was recently approved. Some folks have already received some of their checks already directly deposited into their accounts. But there are still questions that have yet to be answered.
Right.
When am I getting the money? Am I getting it? How much am I getting? Because there's just been this back and forth thing with $2,000, $600.
Right.
So we hope that we can shed some light on some of these questions. Full disclosure, we are not tax professionals. We do not work for the U.S. Treasury. This is just information that we received from reading through the IRS.gov website.
And if you're interested, you can go to the link and read it yourself.
Right. So we're gonna go over a few of these points and questions that were asked on the IRS website, and hopefully we can get some answers for you all.
Yeah. So the first one was, who is eligible for the second economic impact payment?
Yes.
I guess that's what they're calling it.
Yes, I think I said economic income payment, but it's economic impact payment. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
So the question, can you repeat that again? I want to make sure I corrected myself.
Who is eligible for the second economic impact payment?
So there is a eligibility requirement. There was a certain income, of course. Do you want to read over the income levels for couples and singles?
Yeah, if you have adjusted gross income, so this is going to be from 2019.
Right. This is last year's
earnings.
2 years ago now, because we're in 2021.
Well, yeah.
But last year,
2019
earnings.
Income, yeah. So the gross income up to $75,000 for individuals and up to $150,000 for married couples filing jointly together.
Correct. So if you so happen to make over any of these income levels, so what's going to happen is there's going to be a deduction of $5 per every $100 that's over these limits. So say you were qualified, say it's two filing jointly, married couple. They say you were qualified for $1,200. So every $100 that you're over the income limit, $5 will be deducted from that $1,200.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So next.
How do I find out if the IRS is sending me a payment?
Ooh, that's a good question. That's actually a really popular question right now, because there's been so many questions as far as last year's, the last payment that was sent out. There was a certain eligibility requirement, and then there's a lot of pushback because of a lot of people that should have qualified didn't qualify. So this time you can find out this information right on the IRS.gov's website, and you can also go to Get My Payment Tool, which is also through the IRS website as well. Or you can just Google Get My Payment Tool, and it'll bring you directly to it. And you just type in your information, and it's going to provide you with your amount and also the expected date.
Delivery date.
Yeah.
Nice. How will the IRS know where to send my payment? What if I changed bank accounts?
Good question again. So this is another popular one. So it's the IRS. If you have filed your taxes recently with them, you have to file with them.
Right.
But if you have filed your taxes, right? If you have filed your taxes recently, the the last bank information that you provided is the way they are going to send it. So, for example, if you did do direct deposit, whether you received the income or not, a refund check or not, but if you entered in direct deposit information, that is the way it is going to be sent to you. If you had, if you requested to have it mailed to you, the mailing address that you entered into your tax filing information is the address the government is going to send these checks out. Now, the second part of that question is, what if you change your bank account? So if you switch banks, what's going to happen is the IRS will send it via mail. It's going to be either two forms. It'll be a debit card or it'll be a check, a physical check, right? So the majority of people are receiving checks as opposed to debit cards. But if you do receive a debit card in the mail from the IRS, it is legit. It is legit. So do not be surprised if it is a debit card from the IRS.
Okay, and that was the next one. Will people receive paper check or debit card?
So the majority of people are receiving checks. There's a very, very few amount of people that's actually receiving debit cards. So
what determines if you get a check or a debit card?
It's
just random.
It's just random, right?
Okay.
But there's not a lot of people that's receiving debit cards, so it's a very, very small amount of people.
Okay.
Number of people.
Are more people eligible now for a payment than before?
Yes, because of a lot of the pushback from the last payments. So now what's happening is couples that if there's a couple and only one person has a social security number, an active social security number, before neither one will receive a stimulus check. Now, as long as there's one active social security number, they will both receive a stimulus check. So therefore, more people will be receiving more.
Nice. If I didn't file a tax return and didn't register with the IRS.gov no fillers tool, am I eligible for a payment?
Yes. As long as you have a valid social security number and you have been working, and even if you haven't been working, but as long as you have a valid social security number, you are eligible to receive some amount of the stimulus. As of course, you have to as well meet the requirements as far as income limits, what have you.
Right. So that was a lot of good questions. But do you want to talk a little bit about fraud?
Yes. No.
If you're getting a lot of
of course. No. As always, be wise. If you're receiving these phone calls from these fake government agencies and they're asking for your information, it is not the government. Again, the Treasury has your information for the most part. The Treasury will never, ever call you asking for your information. Anyway, no government agency whatsoever will ever call asking for your information. So please be aware of any type of scam or fraud. If there's any organizations or any persons asking you to deposit money or to send money
in order to get your check.
In order to get your check, that is a huge red flag. Again, the government will not do that. The majority form of communication, actually pretty much 100% of the time, the government will communicate to you via mail, via physical mail. So you receive a document in the mail, it'll have your information, it'll have the amount, whether it's a check or a debit card. So just definitely be aware of phone calls. If it's a phone call, if it's an email, it is most likely not the government.
What about fake checks being sent to you?
Right, no, that's another good one. Definitely be aware of that. Make sure it has the Treasury insignia on it. Make sure it is signed. Make sure it has your correct information on it. As well, go onto the IRS.gov website and it'll do. You can compare the check you have with the check that they show on their website. So definitely, again, be vigilant. Be vigilant. Be wise. Be cautious, and always know an opportunity. When there is an opportunity, there is someone lurking to take advantage of it and take advantage of those that mean well.
Yeah.
Super
important.
Yeah. So we hope that this was helpful. Once again, go right on to the IRS.gov website and you can get more information. So thank you for listening. Share this information with your friends and your family. and we're going to send this over to the next portion of today's service.
Yeah.